Oh, this is from Steve's POV. Steve's POV is cool. So Steve's POV is a YouTuber who does a lot of car content, but he's a Westerner, an American, who is fluent in Japanese, like proper fluent, and loves Japanese culture and brings fantastic energy to the screen. And it's just a lot of fun to watch. And it's really cool to see him do collabs with people too. He just seems to work well with everybody. Forza Horizon 6. Speaking of Japan, it's coming to Japan. Took him a while to figure out that was a good idea. Is it gonna be good? I don't know. Whose video is this? Oh, it's Black Panthers, of course.
Minasan konnichiwa, Xbox no filled death.
So, no, sorry, Theo. I think I just messed with your watch time. I apologize. Basically, you know, I can show you a clip from his video here.
Here we freaking go!
Sweet. Forza Horizon 6 in Japan, baby. Now, they can do really good or really bad with this. That's super cool. Like, so this is cool. This is exciting, right? But there's a couple things that they need to fix for the next game. The sounds of Forza Horizon 5 are dog shit. Quite... As an E46 M3 owner, I'm quite familiar with the sound of the E46 M3. And something I noticed when playing the game is that, for some reason, the Nissan 350Z had the S54 sounds, and the E46 M3 sounded like it had a VQ engine. The sound files are swapped. The cars did not sound particularly good. The R34 GTR was all right. The characters were... There really wasn't a massive focus on Mexican culture as much as I thought there was going to be. It just wasn't as fun as Forza Horizon 4. And the other thing is that with Forza Horizon, you fall into this cycle of, like, for one, you get just a whole bunch of cars thrown at you, but if you want, like, a specific car, or you want lots of money or whatever, you have to do, like, this weird grinding process, where you have, like, these dumb challenges to get, like, one car, and then what do you do with it? They had, like, some game modes and things. I think Forza Horizon 3 had the Hot Wheels thing, but I don't know. I don't know if I'll pre-order this one. I'm not sure. I might buy it at some point, but I'm not going to pre-order it. If there's ever a Need for Speed game, I'm probably not going to pre-order that either. Because here's a rant. I'm going to do a rant here. So Forza Horizon 6, cool. I have cautious optimism with Forza Horizon 6. Six. That's like compressor surge on a turbo. Look, so Forza Horizon, cool, fine, whatever. Need for Speed, though, is an absolute train wreck. All right, Need for Speed is on ice for as of 10 months ago, pretty much. They haven't made a single real update about it for a while. Need for Speed is effectively dead right now. Battlefield 6 is doing great, which is cool. Good for them. I honestly think they kind of deserve it, and I hope Call of Duty continues to get clowned on, because oh my god, even worse than Need for Speed. But Need for Speed is a clown show. It's a circus. Like Need for Speed Unbound and Need for Speed Heat, I have not felt any desire to play those games for a very long time. Need for Speed Payback was relatively fun. Need for Speed 2015, sure, I got a lot of hours into that and I actually kind of enjoyed it. The handling model was pretty odd and unusable, but whatever. It was really, really kind of its time, and it was still fun. But I'm happy with Need for Speed being dead because I don't think the people making Need for Speed know who they want their audience to be anymore. Because it's not obvious to me. Because, for instance, in Unbound, you've got people dressed like Tron characters or people from Cyberpunk. You've got people who are just normal people being caricatures of people with, separation anxiety or daddy issues or something weird like that. And also just the weird fact that every woman in the series is extremely unlikable or is like one of the villains. And I don't understand why. Like, let's go back to Need for Speed Heat. Anna Rivera, I think, is just a piece of trash. Scathing review of Anna Rivera. She's like the worst person to have for a friend. You do not need enemies when you have friends like Anna Rivera. If I remember correctly, she steals her dad's Camaro, wrecks it, and then when her brother is upset, she gets mad at him.
You had no right to do this, Anna. No right.
You know he was my puppy too, right?
Oh, my car in the background.
He built this car to be raced.
Call that racing, huh?
I'm actually really good at this.
This looks like it was driven by a college dropout who can't race for shit.
That's real nice.
I still don't think she gets to be mad. Like, what a bitch. I don't understand. And then we've got Need for Speed Unbound, where our pseudo sister, for reasons unknown, gets involved with the wrong crowd, basically ruins her foster father's business, and then gets, you know, super butthurt when she shouts at her. When he shouts at her, I think. Did I say that? And then steals the car her and her pseudo brother work on together, and is seeing herself as this kind of bad whatever, and it's just a complete asshole. And then we've got Tess. Oh my god, I think that's her name. The blue-haired chick. Literally the blue-haired chick. Where the first thing she says is, if you know, bro. You don't know what I said? Bro! It's seared into my brain, I can't get it out.
Yeah, I was like, yo, bro. And yo, check this, bro. He was all like, if you know, bro. And you know what I said? Bro!
Bro, kill me now. I hate the characters so much. And Need for Speed Heat was, despite Anna being a piece of shit, Need for Speed Heat had a neat story, but they like gave up on it and then jumped to the end. I don't know if you guys remember, there's like this weird time skip. There's like a group called the League, which is never expanded upon. And, you know, they discover the chop shop and all that sort of stuff. And then there's a time jump where apparently a whole bunch of investigation happens and they find all the containers at the shipyard and suddenly it's the end of the game. Oh, and by the way, here's the M3 GTR. It doesn't make sense. Like, just as it starts getting good, it just ends. Why? It's such a short story. At least with Payback, the story, you know, the characters looked a little strange because of the character models and it was cheesy at times, but the story was setting it, you know, the series up for something larger that they could build upon for future games. You know, like they left questions unanswered about the gambler, the collector, and like these weird shady organizations and AI-driven cars and all kinds of weird crap. And they just let it all go. Cross makes a cameo in that game. You get the Drift King in that game. And the cutscenes where you get to see your cars in the cutscenes are legitimately cool. And plus, the game wasn't poorly optimized. It ran well on like most machines. All that being said, if we're just gonna get another Need for Speed Unbound or a Need for Speed Heat, and let's face it, EA is at the helm, so it's very likely, Need for Speed just needs to stay dead. Like they don't know who their audience is. They did that whole lockdown like game mode in Unbound where you could like collect the M3 GTR and there's some cool sound bites from Razer, and it doesn't save the game. It doesn't. Quite frankly, for the next Need for Speed game to work, they need to follow a GTA 5 style business model, and for one, make it replayable and do something new. It can't just be another racing game. Like, let the characters get out of the cars or something. Get rid of the stupid health bar that stops you from getting to ram the cops like how you get to in classic Need for Speed games. Or just let the franchise be gone. I said this facetiously, But if they want a good story for the next Need for Speed game, I'll write it for a cheap $100,000. They can keep all the other proceeds as long as I get the credit. That's it. And if it doesn't go well, they can blame it all on me. That's my challenge. They'll never do it, but hey, I am a writer. I do kind of know what I'm doing. I could write something good. I'm just going to write it and not let anyone have their inputs. Because clearly, too many cooks spoil the broth. Poor Need for Speed, man. It's the biggest blight on their record is the death of Black Box. That was just such a mistake. And then also them expecting them to make game after game in such quick succession. It's just ridiculous.